we go. Moving on. Road rage driver tries to hit me. Okay, we're doing wheelies. What is it that we're wanting to do here? You know, very high risk, very low reward. I do not recommend this. We got a stoplight right here. We're gonna go down. Whoa. See, that right there encourages Agent U1.
On camera.
It doesn't matter if you're on camera. It encourages road rage when you do stuff like that. So it encourages terrible driving from other riders and drivers because of what you're doing. Just take it to a parking lot, take it to an area that's closed off. It pisses people off, and people are in Jeeps. People are in trucks. People are going to call 911. People are going to pass laws. Now, you don't think it affects anybody else, but look, you almost got your buddy almost hit.
You're on camera.
It doesn't matter if you're on camera. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're on camera. None of it ever matters. That we're riding the wrong side of the road. We're causing issues. We're going to get in front of them. It's like hoping they would hit us. And here's the thing. He's like, you're on camera. I'm gonna do what with the camera? Are you going to give this footage to the police to get him in trouble? Because look at all the illegal stuff you're doing. No, the only thing he's gonna do is post this on MotoStars, Moto Madness, and online, and that's how he's gonna get the attention. So I don't like to encourage watching these things. I don't care too much about this, so we're gonna skip it because it's annoying. We're actually giving him that information. So the only thing that you can do in this situation is not be like this rider. Okay? Don't do this. Don't be this rider. Alright, so moving on with this one.
To make a U-turn in the worst place possible, but fortunately the biker had a chance to react quickly.
Good. Line turn. Whoa! Good job braking in a corner. Good job. Alright, so he did a great job. Now, remember, he got blind corners. He's not hauling ass. He's probably doing the speed limit. He's going to position himself for safety. And he has good skills, okay? He's probably doing some trail braking. He's probably got something where he's able to brake in the corner. So that's going to be one of the top emergency maneuvers you need to know.
The driver decided to make a U-turn in the worst place possible, but fortunately the biker had a chance to react quickly.
So look at him. He's already prepped and ready. He's in orange stage. He's just covering those brakes, right? So you got the sun about to come into your eyes. When you see this, you're like, oh no, sun's about to go in my eyes. Get prepped and ready for that. And you start to see cars. Bad situation. He's gonna start squeezing that front brake while sitting the bike up. Okay, he's gonna be in the middle of the turn. He's gonna be in the middle of the turn, right? And he's looking through the turn. He has his hands on the front brake. He sees the vehicle, so he stands it up and starts squeezing. Okay, so if you do this and squeeze, you could possibly dump the bike that way. So what you do is you're turning, squeeze, and sit it up. And that's what he did. He's doing a great job with his emergency braking in a corner. Okay, see how I slowed down? You don't have to stop. And that's the thing, is you don't have to stop. You just have to slow down enough to allow the vehicle to get their space cushion in front of you. So if he was going 60, let's say he was going 60 or 70 or 80 because he's hauling ass and I'm a badass, getting my knee down and everything. I'm like Max Wrist for Moto Jitsu. We're just doing whatever we want to do, hauling ass around the corners, getting the knee down. If we're going super fast, yeah, maybe trail braking could help you. Yeah, maybe, being a professional and going through 20-something classes will help you. Yeah, maybe. But are you that person? Do you have that training? No. If you don't, go slower. Because right here, that's hard enough to do. All right, moving on with this one. Lots of orange stage right here. There are lots of different things that could be happening. People are loading, unloading. There's a big open area right there. The person wants to get in that one. Everyone's merging. They don't see you. All right.
My God.
Gotta be careful.
Done to this woman. Tried to
Orange stage.
kill me.
All right.
The traffic
Sun on our back.
changed, confused the bike.
Intersection, orange stage.
Costly mistake. Ultimately,
Brakes. Ooh, GG. Woo. Woo. Hey, he's standing. Doesn't look like a lot of damage to the Acura. If you're gonna crash, do it right next to the ambulance.
You alright? Are you alright? Yeah, I'm fine. I was just.
Not wearing gear. These are just regular short shirt. Luckily, he didn't snap his elbow hitting. Oof.
Oh my God.
No buenos.
Bro, it's red. It's green here, yeah, but the light goes over there.
No, I thought the light was to go straight.
Oh my God. That's cool.
So it was miscommunication on where the light is. So let's just take a quick look at this. Let's take a quick look at this.
Wait for all the damages.
So he wants to turn right. He's got his indicator turning right. The ambulance is in the left turn lane. So they can't go because they have the red, right? Oh, the Acura screwed up. The Acura screwed up. It looks like the Acura was supposed to turn right. If they're look, they got the right turn signal. That was their indication of turning right. They have a green. They're in the lane to go. They're in the lane to go to turn right. Yeah, okay. So now we know what's happening. Now we know what's happening. This is why we do the after action review process. We're trying to figure out what's happening, how it's happening, so that we can utilize this information so that we don't make the same mistakes. And once again, when we talk about these mistakes, we're always finding out it's about positioning for safety, locating hazards, adapting, and navigating. We need to be able to plan our ride and be situationally aware. Now, how do we be situationally aware? We're going to stay in yellow stage, and we see intersection. We're going to go into orange stage because that is a perceived threatening area. So when we see this, we see that it's going to be an intersection coming up. Okay, so it's an intersection. We should be going in orange stage right away. Also, we need to be positioning ourselves for safety and locating hazards continuously. This is a exactly modular. It's a very confusing intersection because of the construction. So, guys, think about that. Really take a step back. It's like it's so confusing. Construction. We have intersections. We have the light, because the lights are on our back. The sun's on our back. We don't know which light is for turning right, going straight, turning left. It's so confusing. So what are we supposed to do when we get that gut reaction of this is so much, this is too much? Go into orange stage. This means that we're going to start rolling off that throttle. We're going to start getting our hands on that front brake close. We're not going to squeeze yet. We're getting close to doing it, though. We're constantly locating hazards. We're being a little bit paranoid, and then we're going to find escape routes. Okay, so we're not going to try to get close to things. We're looking for brake lights. We're looking for sides of the vehicles. We're looking for anything and everything that's going to jump out and get us because it's just too much information around us. So if we slow down, we'll hopefully buy ourselves some time to be able to navigate any threatening areas or in things that jump out at us. So when we see this,
Confuse the biker enough to make a rather costly mistake.
So right now the motorcyclist is anticipating this car driver turning right because they have a green. Okay, so from our perspective, you should be turning right because you have a green. So I'm going to assume you're going to keep doing that, and I'm just going to maintain my speed. Now remember, we're going into orange stage. We're prepped and ready for things just in case. We're locating this specific hazard. So when we see that they're slowing down, we're catching up to them, right? We're catching up. As soon as we get bigger and bigger, that object gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Means we're getting closer and closer and closer. That vehicle's getting closer. We see the brake lights right here. It's like, okay, maybe they're just slowing down, but why are we catching up to them super quick? We should be modulating our speed too, right? So we should be maintaining that space cushion. That's part of planning your ride. Positioning for safety, space cushions, escape routes, and line of sight. So that's part of planning your ride. That's why I keep telling you guys this. So position for safety, maintain the space cushion.
The damages.
We don't see it until right here. So we perceived, react right here. Now, can we stop in time with the total stopping distance and our speed? No, we can't. He's not going to be able to do it. He starts to slide his rear tire, so he locks up his rear tire. So that's where progressive brake pressure comes in. This is where fundamental skills come in. This is why you need to be situational aware and have your fundamental skills. And we don't have gear, so when we hit this, thankfully it's such a low speed, we're not going to be super hurt, but it could have been so much worse. That's why you need to be a smart rider, okay? So we just kind of went through the whole process of everything. Hopefully that made sense. So the key takeaways on this one is definitely pay attention. Keep your eyes on the prize, which is going to be the threats right in front of you, and don't assume anybody's going to do what they're supposed to do. Okay? Come on, new riders. If you want to know how to ride effectively and smart, make sure you grab the SMARTRIDER Basic Training eBook. I talk about how to plan your ride, what the SMARTRIDER principles are all about, the color code chart, what patterns to look for, how to rescue another rider. Anyways, you got to just check it out. Make sure you click the link in the description. There's a discount code. It's the cheapest it's ever going to be. Only 500 people are going to be able to get the code. So make sure you grab yours now. All right, let's get back into the video. All right, here we go. Nighttime merging issues at night on interstate. You don't have path to travel. You have merging issues on the interstate. This is fine. It's a non-issue. Just move around a different lane. Don't box yourself in. You see how we have bad spaces? There you go. Get yourself in a better lane position. Don't be so close to other vehicles. You have terrible line of sight right now. So that right there. Okay, now we're good space cushion. Now we can swerve if we have to. You see how it's constantly moving? If you guys want to see me riding around town saying this stuff while I'm riding, make sure you guys go to Motorcycle Training Concepts YouTube channel. I'm going to be posting some more raw DDFM ride along with DanDanTheFireman, where I'm going to go into town, do some interstate stuff possibly, and let you know what blind spots are, let you know, where people are going to come out, intersections, what stage I'm in. Let me know if that's what you want by hitting that like button, because you have to sign into class by hitting that like button. I want to see it jump up. All right, here we go. So the only real issues we have on the interstate are going to be merging issues. You don't have intersections where people can come out in front of you. You have problems with the merging issues. So what is the pattern that we typically see? What is the pattern we see right here? Big open lane, right? Big open lane, beautiful lane. I love it. I'm already in it. I want to keep going this way. Well, if I'm not in that lane already, I want to get in that lane. So what is this? We have somebody going slower than what this person likes. Nobody's going slower than what this person likes. So which person is going to switch lanes in front of us? It's going to be this person, because this person right here is going too slow. This person has no reason to switch over. I still would watch out for both, but this right here is that pattern. Big open lane, big stack of cars. Got to be paying attention to that. So they're going to want to do this. That's the typical merging problem that you have on interstates. You can also have this in town, but you're not going to have the intersection problems on the interstate. At least you shouldn't. So there's the indicator. We're still staggered with these people. Non-issue at this point. Roll off the throttle, apply some progressive brake pressure if you need to. Put yourself in a better position for line of sight, space cushion, escape routes. Move on with your day. Non-issue. So he just did a head check. He's going to move over. So now we're in a better lane position, right? Good line of sight, space cushions, and escape routes. Hey, we're golden. The only problem here is that we're kind of in the blind spot. So what I would still do is roll off the throttle. Just roll off the throttle and then let that person get further ahead. That way I'm not near them. We're going to get up in here, and our focus now is this driver. But look what's over here. We have a truck. We are boxed in right here. We just put ourselves in this situation because we want to see what's in there. It's not worth it. You're putting yourself in a dangerous spot for not really much of a reward. A little bit too risky. A little bit too risky. So we're going to get over here. And now that they went ahead, why did we switch lanes? Why did we just switch lanes? Because this person's going slower than we wanted. This lane was open, and we switched. So it's a human thing. So if you start recognizing what it is that you're doing already, allow the person, everyone else on the road, that same empathy, that same understanding that they're going to do that too. We just did it. They did it. Just so happens it's in front of us. Did we check if we did it in front of anybody else? So right here, what I'm saying is I want you to be in a better line of sight. A better line of sight. You can't see very far past these people. You can't escape to the left. You can escape to the right. That's better. But we don't have a good space cushion, especially at these speeds. Yeah, so now we have a good... Whoa, we got a little blurry. Now we have a good space cushion. Now we can swerve left, swerve right, and we have good line of sight. Now this is a good position for safety. Come on, everybody. Let's do better. Let's do better. All right, here we go. Riding with Dadpool. Hey, that's cool. All right, we're riding around. All right, good. We're slowing down before an intersection. We see it back up. Very good. Whoa.
What are you doing?
I would kind of leave it at that point.
What is this? You don't do that.
I'd do that. That's fine. I'd do that, actually. I would do that. But I wouldn't do this part right here. Putting myself in this spot. You don't want to get sandwiched. You don't want to get sandwiched. Don't. You're in the blind spot now. You're in the blind spot. We saw that happening. So here's the thing. Okay, so it's not that big of a deal when this starts happening because we are slowing down. I do like the fact that he was slowing down prior to the intersection, so we are going into orange stage. Now remember, orange stage, look up on the wall, specifically identify an interest or threat or focus, right? Perceived it, ready to act. Grab yourself a slice of pizza, by the way. But he's slowing down, doing what he needs to do, and we're off in lane position 1, like right here. So that gives room from over there. Now, a lot of people say, well, defend your lane, right? So get in the middle. I still don't care. I'm still going to be in a position for my own safety that I have control over. I want line of sight, I want a space cushion, I want escapes. Okay, so if this person does this, right, they're going to go ahead and move into our lane. You see how he just now recognized it because it passes peripheral? That's why we need to keep our 360 situation awareness, but there's nothing we could do either way. We just want to have that awareness so we can move over more if we had to. But if somebody does this, this is fine to do. Go ahead and be a little upset. What I don't want you to do is punch mirrors. I don't want you to antagonize and instigate and go further and further and further. Let them know that you are agitated by it, then leave it. Okay?
What is this? What is this? You don't do that.
That's fine. Now, right here, I'm still needing to position myself for safety, and that's always going to be in lane position 1 or 3 at a stop. I don't want to be right behind the vehicle in front of me because the vehicle behind me can sandwich me into this vehicle in front, okay? So when he does this, this is the moment that he starts to protect his lane. Ones, if you got hit right now, you're going to be sandwiched in here. Move over to the right a little bit more, stay off to the left, or what I would do in this situation, I always like to have the dum-dums in front of me. Let the dum-dum in front of me. Let them go in front. I'd be like, you wanted it. You want it, go. Go. You wanted it, go. That's what I would have done. All right? So right here, when we're going to be turning right, this is a few moments later, we're going to turn right. We're maintaining a blind spot. We're maintaining this blind spot right here. So, of course, this person's not going to see us, and we've already have history with them. There's no centerline stripe, so they don't really have to, stay on their side, because there is no side. So, yeah, you got pushed off to the side. Now, could it be that they're just terrible drivers? I have a feeling that's what it is. If you like today's video, make sure you click this video right here to keep watching more. But if you want to become a smart rider, click this and grab this Smart Rider Basic Training ebook. It's going to help you become a smart rider by planning your ride, rescuing other riders, knowing what patterns to look for, and so much more. Make sure you grab it. Link will be in the description also. I'll be seeing you around.